I'm glad to see you again, fellow sleuths. Today's missing person is Abby Lynn Patterson. Abby was born February 15, 1997, meaning this year she would be 23 years old. Abby was living in Jacksonville, Florida, and struggled with an addiction to heroin. Having just finished treatment in a rehab, she went to see her mother, who was very supportive and talked to Abby on the phone every day. Patterson was visiting her mother in Lumberton, North Carolina, when she disappeared on September 5, 2017. She left to run some errands around 11:30 a.m. She texted her mom that she'd be back in 30 minutes. She started down her street, was seen getting into a brown Buick sedan willingly, and at that point, Abby's mother never saw her again. The driver of the car was identified as a friend of Abby's who said they'd dropped her off somewhere else. Where, the police declined to say. After that, there are no sightings of her. She was reported missing that night at 6 p.m. by her mother. In the months leading up to Abby's disappearance, 3 other women were found dead in the Lumberton area. Rhonda Jones and Kristen Bennett were found 50 yards apart from each other on April 18th, and Megan Oxidine was found 2 city blocks away on June 3rd. All 3 women were found naked. All 3 struggled with addiction just like Abby. The cause of death in all 3 cases is still unclear. While authorities agreed that there were similarities between Abby's case and the 3 Lumberton women's deaths, they don't think her case is related. Abby's family released this statement. Abby is a light to everyone that knows her, and without her we are lost. We pray that whoever might know something about her whereabouts will come forward, even if they choose to remain anonymous. She is not just a missing person. She is a missing daughter, a missing sister, a missing granddaughter, and a missing piece of so many people's hearts. A user on Reddit, Blair There, who lives in the area, describes the county as being known for an exuberant crime rate and police corruption, with high amounts of poverty, sex trafficking, and homicides. It is also located off of major interstate I-95, which makes it much easier to move people quickly. Family seems to believe someone has taken Abby, and that she's still out there but being held captive or kept from coming home. Because Abby was struggling with her addiction, people believe that her plan to go out for half an hour to do errands was actually to acquire drugs, and that it is possible she OD'd and whoever sold her the drugs got rid of her body. Human trafficking is another likely theory with how close they are to the interstate and the frequent occurrence in the area. Drug addicts can be high-risk targets to people using their addiction against them. Some people do wonder if Abby just got up and left, but those who know her do not believe this is as likely. She did not pack or take any belongings other than her wallet and phone. Her phone, which has been going straight to voicemail since before she was reported missing that same day. There is one more, even sinister theory, shared by some of the people in the Lumberton area. Citizens whisper about a serial killer. This theory goes back to the 3 bodies we discussed being found in the months leading up to Abby's disappearance. All 3 of these women's bodies were found in a 3-block radius of a neighborhood known for drugs and prostitution. Abby fits the age and gender, but the women were known to be on the street, to quote the Lumberton police captain, meaning that these women were prostitutes, and Abby did not have that in her history. 8 years earlier, 2 other women were killed in the same area, and their murders are still unsolved. While the police are not confirming or denying connections in the other murders, they say right now they can't be connected with physical evidence. It doesn't stop the speculation from the people in the area and on the internet, though. Whatever did happen to Abby, she deserves justice. She was a person working hard to put her life back together and move forward like so many of us. She deserves to be laid to rest where her family can visit and mourn her, or to be returned home into her mother's arms. I'm going to include links to learn more or where you can go if you have any information. Let me know in the comments which theory you think is the most plausible, and if there's any other case you'd like me to cover. Thank you for listening today. Don't forget to subscribe to get a new case every week. Stay safe out there.